G'day, it's Pete here, and we're back for all the action from the final day of the World Championship. It's today where we'll find out who will be our new champion. So let's jump in. And I want to take a look at a really interesting board from the first stanza here. So here, this south hand has this really powerful 18 count with 5-5 in the majors, and East opens one no trump strong in front of you. I want to take a look at a few different tables to see how they actually handle this. Now, here, first thing I like to do is just visualize, well, what would you actually need from partner to be making game? Often when the opponents open one no trump, you're not often thinking about game, but when you have distributional hands, then it's can be a lot easier to make a game. So here, if we wanted to play in hearts, maybe like Queen, Jack, third heart would be enough to be making 4 hearts, just losing 1 heart, 1 diamond, and a club. Or if we were playing in spades, maybe just 4 spades might be enough, because you can probably get up to the north hand if they have the 10 of spades, for instance, and just lead a heart towards the king and take a finesse and then maybe just trump a couple of hearts. So you might be able to make opposite 0 points and a nice spade fit, or just 3 points and a nice heart fit here. So how do you start this off? So here it went one no trump, and South started with 2 clubs for the majors, and North's 2 diamond bid here just said, you choose. And 2 no trumps here just showed quite a good hand, but not actually committing, and should be equal length. And they ended up in 3 hearts. At the other table, here, there was a pretty interesting bid of 4 clubs that I wanted to highlight here. Went one no trump, 2 clubs for the majors, 2 diamonds. Now East doubled, showing good diamond values. And South bid 3 diamonds, which again is a strong hand. Both majors pick a suit. And West actually came in with 4 clubs, which is pretty unusual here. So I wanted to explain this possible bid here, which actually just looks like lead directing for clubs. I think they're planning on competing to 4 diamonds, or expecting the opponents to bid 4 of a major, or at least 3 of a major. And they want to tell their partner to lead clubs, but I think they're actually indicating a diamond fit here, because if West genuinely had clubs, they might have bid initially. But here, partners doubled, showed diamonds, but they're not bidding that suit. So I was kind of surprised that East passed here, because I think this actually implies a diamond fit, but showing good club values along the way to try and help partner with the lead if they need it there. Some other tables. So here, this is in the seniors in the USA versus Denmark. Here, they started with a double to start with and then jumped to 3 hearts. And also in the Wuhan Cup, the mixed teams, there was a very interesting auction here where they started with 2 clubs, partner bid 2 diamonds, and East doubled. South actually started with a pass, and when West bid 3 diamonds, East was now, I have to do some catch up here. So if you can contrast this with the original auction, here South didn't let the auction get competitive, knew that they had a strong hand that wanted to do something. They showed that straight away with 3 diamonds. Whereas here, when they passed, then they couldn't actually do anything. Like maybe they could double, but it doesn't really sound like this type of hand. They just had to bid their suits and actually choose, and actually ended up in 3 spades doubled. So if we open up all the cards, partner has nothing. Here, you actually run into a sort of nasty heart split, but North-South can't actually make anything. Your partner doesn't actually support you. 3 spades goes down here. 3 hearts goes down. And 4 clubs also goes down. So pretty much everything fails. The last thing I wanted to note was overnight, France had a big lead over USA 2, but USA 2 was making a very strong comeback in this first stanza. All right, we'll jump into stanza number 2. And here I've got an interesting hand where here East-West play in a 5-2 heart fit, whereas at the other table they play in 3 no trumps, both getting the king of spades lead, both getting that 1 spade overcall. So I think there's an interesting choice in 3 no trumps East-West here. So here, when they get the king of spades lead, you could think that if the clubs split, we get 5 clubs, ace of diamonds, ace king of hearts, and the ace of spades. But if they don't split, then maybe the opponents can attack spades and get too many tricks. Now, alternatively, you could consider ducking a spade, but if you look at your entries, you don't have any way to get to the ace of spades. So maybe the opponents can change shift, thinking they've got one spade trick. Maybe they can build a couple of diamonds and a couple of heart tricks and actually stop you getting your 9 tricks that way. So should you win the ace or should you duck? Now here they actually chose to win the ace of spades. At the other table, here they were playing in 4 hearts, and another interesting choice. Now you've got entries to the east hand, but what do you want to do with all these losers? So you've got 3 spade losers, and if you start trumping them, you are generating heart losers here. You've also got this diamond loser. The club suit can come in, and you might be able to throw some losers away there. Also, we've only got 7 trumps here. So here, interestingly, they actually duck the opening spade lead here. So you're in a trump suit and you have a singleton in the dummy, and yet with the ace, you still choose to duck here. And now South doesn't know where the ace of spades is. It really looks like their partner actually has the ace. So they continue at a spade here, and here they've actually managed to score their jack of spades now and not have to use up their hearts. So they win the spade and then start drawing trumps. And there is an incredibly favorable heart layout with Queen, Jack, Doubleton, heart falling here. So now they take the ace of clubs, king of clubs, and then they play another club and trumpet high. They leave the queen of clubs here. Now South has 2 hearts left, so they're losing a heart trick now. But now when they play the 9 of hearts and ditch a diamond and just another one, here North-South have only taken 2 tricks. If they play a diamond, then they get the ace of diamonds and 2 clubs. And if they play a spade, well, you get all the rest of the tricks here. So here, South comes out the king of diamonds and 4 hearts actually makes. Whereas at the other table, in 3 no trumps, the club suit doesn't break, and they took the ace of spades. Now, there are a couple of things that the play in this is like pretty incredible that I wanted to highlight. So firstly, with the 9 of spades going there as well, your jack 7 means that you've always got this, not second stopper, but the opponents will need multiple entries to lead through your spades to actually prevent you actually getting another spade stopper. So at this stage, they started with a diamond rather than a club, because if the clubs are coming in, they're always coming in. So they started with a low diamond towards the 10. And if South had king, queen of diamonds, then this can help generate extra tricks there. So they lead 1 spade through. Here they put in the 7, just covering there. If they led the 8 or the 10, they could cover, and their 7 would be still protecting the suit. But they win there. And now the 10 of clubs, and they test clubs, and they get the bad news that the club suit doesn't break. So at this stage, it looks like they're in a bit of trouble. But now when they cash the ace king of hearts, now what happens is their hearts are good, but they can't actually get there. But they find this incredible play of a low diamond towards the jack, and now South's on lead. And if South plays a spade at this stage, then they're actually making the contract. So they've used the opponent to try and get themselves over to the other hand. And now South actually has to exit a heart to then end play East to actually give them 2 spade tricks at the end. So all this is so cool. So what they have is they've got these intricate spade pips where they've got this way of trying to know, okay, I'm safe. I can let the opponents in. It's not that just 1 spade through is going to destroy you. Then afterwards, when the queen jack of hearts comes down, they can use the opponent's king of diamonds as a way to make them on lead. And here, if South lazily just continued spades, then East could have made their contract. So they had to end play the opponents there. So really cool hand, but pick up for Switzerland here. They played in the 5-2 fit, which made and had extra entries and ways to be able to cope with that. And a cool play where they ducked the ace of spades in a trump suit because they knew they couldn't actually trump their losers there. So super interesting hand with lots of cool plays, but still a nice pickup for Switzerland, who has a healthy lead at this stage. And then jumping into the final stanza, I wanted to look at USA versus Denmark in the seniors. And I wanted to ask, what would you lead from this East hand? So here, I want to clarify this auction. The opponents are playing a strong club system when they were not vulnerable. And here, the one no trump bid was just sort of artificial enforcing, and 2 clubs just said they were a minimum hand. So what would you try leading on this? Would you lead a spade? Would you lead a diamond? Would you lead the queen of clubs? Which one do you want to try and do? Alternatively, what if you had this auction where South passed and then they transferred to hearts and then bid 3 no trumps? What is your lead here? So here they chose the 2 of spades at this table. And here they chose the queen of clubs. And I swear, every time I lead a queen, it seems that dummy always tracks with like honor 10. And you're like, they can finesse me now. It probably doesn't happen all the time. The queen can be a completely reasonable lead. And if you find something in your partner's hand, it works out pretty well. But here, the queen of clubs lead, technically declarer can still make it even without the club lead, but it's a lot trickier. But USA was up at 5 by 5 imps at this stage, but they won the ace of clubs, and then they just started playing diamonds out of their hand, and they won the ace. And now spade over, they use their heart entry here. They test to see if diamonds break, but when they don't, they then finesse the club. And when the clubs break, there they have it. They've got their 9 tricks and 3 no makes here. At the other table, here they led the 5 of spades. And what actually happened here was it's using an entry up there. It doesn't pick up the club suit for them. And here, declarer now plays a diamond to the king, and that holds. Now, to make, they actually just have to continue diamonds out of their hand. But it looks reasonably natural to try and want to lead another diamond up, because what that will pick up is if West had doubleton ace of diamonds, all your diamonds are now running, or if diamonds were 3-3, it's still fine. So they played a club over and then a diamond up, and now they take the ace. But at this stage, East-West can actually just beat it by continuing spades there. So that was Denmark taking the lead with just 3 boards left to go in the seniors there. So let's jump in, look at all the results, find out who are our world champions. So in the Bermuda Bowl, the Open, Switzerland had a dominant performance, beating Norway 264 to 194. So our world champions are Stuart Brink, Bas Driver, Jacek Kalita, Michael Klikowski, Michael Noah Saditsky, and Pierre Zimmerman. So congratulations to all of you. And in the bronze medal match, Italy beat USA 2 there. Jumping over to the Venice Cup, the women's, Israel had an absolutely dominant final there. Big wins there. So congratulations to Israel. So congratulations to Adi Asulin, Hila Levi, Adele Patelko, Ziv Reutman, Dana, and Noga Tal. And in the bronze medal match, China overcame Norway there. In the seniors, the Diorsi Trophy, Denmark finished really strongly in the last few boards to end up winning by 18 imps there. So congratulations to Klaus Adamson, Jorgen Silborg Hansen, Dennis Koch Palmand, Dorothy Schultz, Peter Schultz, and Steen Schau. And in the bronze medal match, USA 2 overcame Poland. In the Wuhan Cup, this was the closest final, just 8 imps in it. But USA 2 overcame France here. But at the halfway point, France was leading quite handily. But in stanza 4, a 60-0 comeback gave USA 2 the lead. And then it was neck and neck from there to take it out by 8 imps. So congratulations to Amber Lynn, Debbie Rosenberg, Michael Rosenberg, Andrew Rosenthal, Chris Willinkin, and Migri Zerkampanau. And in the bronze medal match, Romania overcame Belgium. Then we also had the transnational, which just came to a conclusion, and Amistad overcame Slow Horses there by 40 imps. So Amistad is Rafael Diaz, Esteban Yukimowicz Pugliese, Pierre Piagesevic, and Carlos Pellegrini, Silvina Rocca, and Marcos Toma. So congratulations to them. They are our new world champions. Congratulations to all of you. This has been a fabulous tournament. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want to see more of this, a great way of supporting me is to subscribe on YouTube. It's free. And thanks all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.